Hi, I'm Sophie and welcome to my world. Today I have a shout out to Kylie and Madison who both asked me to make a dog leash. Now, I have to be very honest with you. I get very nervous about making anything that is for a live animal. And so I'm going to be making my dog leash for my dear friend, Leopold. He's a leopard. So Leopold needs a leash because he's been very bad lately. And so I'm going to be making him one out of duct tape. Now, to make this project, all you're going to be needing is a nice little stuffed animal, a bunch of duct tape, some scissors, and very important, you're going to be needing some paper clips. So we are going to begin. Now, I'm going to be using my great duct tape board here, and I'm going to be making strips that are as long as this board. Now, my board happens to be 16 inches. Now, you might be thinking, well, don't you want to just make a big, long strip? You know, I want a really, really, really long dog leash. Well, here's the thing. Duct tape has a tendency to fold onto itself and get sticky and stuck. If you have a really long piece like that, it's going to be very difficult for you to do that. So what we're going to do is actually do it in pieces. I'll show you what. Trust me, it's going to be just as strong as if you did one long piece, but it'll be a whole lot easier. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some duct tape. I'm going to start with my purple here. And as I said, I'm going to do it as long as my board, which is about 16 inches. Okay, I always like to do this. My board has a little bit of fabric on it, so it takes a little bit of that tack off. I always like to put it down, and now I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to start by making my leash. All I'm going to do is fold this in thirds. So I'm going to fold it up 1/3 of the way. And you can see my hand is here. This is keeping this from folding onto itself, because you see how the duct tape wants to fold onto itself. And that's going to make a sticky mess. And now don't worry if you get little creases, that's okay. So I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to fold 1 more third up all the way over. Now I've got this sticky side here. I'm just going to turn that towards me, and I'm going to fold that up 1/3 of the way. Now, if you don't get it exactly 1/3, don't worry. We're going to be adding more and more tape, so it's going to be nice and strong. And I have heard, actually, that duct tape, when folded upon itself, has a pull strength of over 300 pounds. I've never tested it, never hung on a piece of duct tape, but I'm going to trust that's correct. I read it on the internet, though, so I don't know how true it is. Okay, now I've got my first piece. Now I'm going to take my second piece. I'm going to use a different color this time. Okay, make it as long as my board. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this piece as my kind of measurer, I guess you would call it. I'm going to place it right here, right dead center. Okay, and now I can use this, and see how I've given an overlap of about 4 inches? This is what's going to make it nice and strong. See, because those are going to be stuck together, and so they're not going to pull apart. Okay, so I'm going to place that like that, and then I'm just going to follow it all the way down. See that? Just like that. Now flip it around. Do the other side. Now see, you can keep going and make this as long as you want. You could add 3, 4, 5. I mean, you could end up making this thing 6, 7, 8, 9 feet long, however long you want to make it. Okay, I'm going to add one more because I got this beautiful green, my favorite color green. I love this lime green. Once again, watch what I do. I put it down, I take it, and I center it. Now I'm going to use the red because I did the purple already, and I don't want to lose too much of my purple. So I'm going to center the red, 4 inches there, fold it up. See that? What's nice about it is that once I've got my original piece, once I've got my first piece, it's pretty easy to keep the rest of the pieces about the same size. Now you might get a little bit of a wiggle wonk. Don't get too upset about it, because remember, you can always fix things with duct tape. That's the amazing thing, because you're always going to come back. You can always add extra pieces over top and embellish. I love that word, embellish. It means, in my world, to cover up mistakes. Okay, anyway, so, oh, now see, okay, I got a goodgie up here. See that goodgie? That's a goodgie. we're going to fix that goodie really easily. Because I need to have a handle. I need to have some way to hold my leash, right? So I'm going to take this, I'm going to fold it over, and what I want to do is use my hand as a measure. So I don't want to make it too tight, and I don't want to make it too loose. I want to make it just about right. So I would say that's about, what would you say, like 5 inches. I folded it over about 5 inches. Now I want to make sure that I have plenty, because this is good for my hand, I want to make sure that I have plenty of taped off area. So what I've got here is, this is good for my leash, but I'm going to add another inch to that. Because what I'm going to do now, what I'm going to do now is take my duct tape. I've got about 4 inches here. I'm going to take my duct tape and I'm going to tape this right to this. This folded over area is going to get taped to its bottom. So I'm going to split the difference here. Half on one side, half on the other. Turn it over. See that? And now I can just keep flipping it over, flipping it over, flipping it over, flipping it over till it's nice and secure. Now that is going nowhere. I could give it a 300-pound pull. I just need an elephant. Okay, now the other end here is where I'm going to put my hook that's going to attach to my collar, my dog collar. Now, if you want to make a dog collar for your pet, just check us out at sophie-world.com or go to our YouTube webpage and you'll be able to see under dog collar, we have a duct tape dog collar too. Now, I'm going to need my paper clip. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper clip, I'm going to feed it, I'm going to lay it right here like this. And I'll put this here so it doesn't fall for a second here. I'm going to use a different color so you can see. Now, I don't need all of this tape. I'm just going to use a little bit to start. So here we go. You can see that I've got my paper clip laid on top here. I'm going to put one piece down, and then I'm going to put my other piece down. The reason I split my piece like that is just it makes it easier for me to get it underneath this paper clip edge. And what I've done here is I've actually opened up my paper clip to make it easier. Now I'm going to pick it up, turn it over, and I'm just going to fold it over like that. Now, I'm going to wrap it around so that I now have my paper clip nice and secure in there. Now, to make it even more secure, I'm going to rip this piece in half, and I'm going to come back just to make sure that my paper clip isn't going to slip down. So I'm going to push it through there. See, I fed it through my paper clip. Flip it over, pull it up, tape it. Now, just for a little bit extra added security, because I got it here, add that piece of tape. Wrap it around. Now, one of the things that you can do when you come decorating your leash here, you can embellish any way you want. I love taking like this tape and I love ripping it into thin pieces and using that for embellishment. So I'm ripping it long ways and then I can add it as an embellishment this way. You know, so I could make stripes. I could even wrap an angle, however you want to go. But now I've got my basic leash. It's all done. Okay, Leopold, get over here. Come on, Leopold, get over here. Okay, I'm going to train Leopold now. I'm going to take my little clip, slip it through, and this is actually one of the little collars that I made on an earlier video, and you can see it has a paper clip too. So you slip paper clip to paper clip, give it a little pinch, and Leopold is ready for a training session. Okay, Leopold, jump. Okay, Leopold, walk. Now, I don't want to keep you on a short leash, but if you want to check out more ideas with duct tape and other crafting materials, check us out at sophie-world.com.